Doug Brinkley has some other words. Doug Brinkley is a presidential historian, and he has an interesting thing that he thought about, and that is Kamala Harris. Biden should pretty much maybe resign now. Make Kamala Harris take over the presidency and then move on from there. Let's listen to what he has to say, and then we'll take it on the other side. And I don't want anybody saying, well, Kamala, people don't like Kamala. Kamala can't do it, whatever. You don't know what in this field Kamala would do with women, all women, especially coupled with the abortion issue. What could possibly come off from this? Right now, everything is a wild card. It's all a wild card because we don't know which Joe Biden shows up. And I love Joe Biden. Joe Biden has been an effective president. Joe Biden has been one of the best presidents for progressives in a very long time, if not ever. So I get it. Let's listen to what Brinkley had to say because it has merit. Let's check it out, then we'll take it on the other side.
The big point I agree with, this is in Joe Biden and Joe Biden's hands. They have to decide whether they should stay in or not. People talk about Joe Biden being stubborn, but where does that cross over into selfishness? And
they're wondering if he's Ruth Bader Ginsburg here.
Well, exactly. And last night's debate performance was abysmal. It could not have been worse. He came out looking like a half zombie, half mole, standing up there, bobbling every single thing coming his way, having glazed looks. It seemed like then today, yes, we get the reset in Raleigh, but you're wondering if we were in need of a March 31st, 1968 moment when Lyndon Johnson said enough and I'm stepping aside. He had to do that, Lyndon Johnson. There wasn't anybody forcing him to. So Joe and Joe Biden have to really believe that this is the best for the country. And I don't know if they have other advisors, that people that could come to him and saying, let's break this open and bring more people into the mix. So he owns the party, and it's going to be up to him what card he plays.
One thing that I was struck by, and we saw this on air, on our own air here at MSNBC, but also I heard this from people in the political world. People love Joe Biden. They think he has done a great job, and he has the numbers to prove it. He has been a good president. He's made bipartisan deals. He's made the economy better. Things are on an upward trajectory, and they like him a lot. But they also feel like it's just time for him to step aside. They feel sadness. They also feel fear, because this idea that Donald Trump is a threat is something the Biden team says, Democrats say, but a lot of people out there who want to vote for the Democrat or vote for anybody but Trump believe that as well. And there's fear that if Joe Biden continues on, that Donald Trump is going to be president.
There is fear. And look, we didn't have the third party aspect last night, but with the one the ABC's doing, you might have John
if
Kennedy
there is that debate
thrown in there. Yeah, if there is that even. And so you're going to see teleprompter Joe Biden. They're just going to do this. Repeat, teleprompter, keep him off talk shows, news shows. Don't have anything.
Is that a good idea?
That's where we're at. And if not, he would have to there are a couple scenarios, him stepping down and letting Kamala Harris be president, giving her a big boost and making the history of the first woman president in the United States and creating excitement with women, minorities, et cetera, with that. Or break it open in August, which is tough because there's not one other option to Biden. There are like 15 of them.
1968 was a disaster. Hubert Humphrey was a disaster. And that's what happened after LBJ stepped aside. We're going to talk about 1968 and open conventions.
Absolutely. So I mean, and I think, let me tell you, the fact of the matter is it's a wild card now because, like I said, and Bridge, I want to mention something because you were excited about how he sounded in North Carolina, but you're a news junkie like we are. And by the way, Melanie Keelan, I am still positive. My positive is going to come as far as we all have to follow what Eddie Glaude had to say. We have to get off of our butts and go out there and work it, no matter whether we keep Biden on the ticket or rather whether Biden stays on the ticket or he gives it up. But I like the Kamala idea and it making a big flip in the race. I think that would be magnanimous on the part of Joe Biden, and at the same time, I think it would create some excitement. I had some time to think about it after I listened to what he had to say, and I said to myself, that could actually infuse some excitement into the whole issue. So, I mean, it is something worth examining. It's something worth doing some polling about. Because while the MAGA folks are going to bring up the race thing, the gender thing, they're going to bring up a whole lot of things on her. They're going to bring up a whole lot of things. But the interesting thing about it is Donald Trump has made sure that nothing that comes out on you is at all positively negative, because he has done the worst things of them all.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.